Good evening, it's Brian here at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. Check out this car. 2017 Honda CRV 1.6 D-Tech. And this car is an SE Plus model. Basically the SE Plus means that it gets things like navigation and lots more stuff, but it's also got a dynamic safety pack, so I'm going to show you how that works. And what about that colour? That is a really rare colour in CRVs. It's called Twilight Blue, but on an evening like this evening, you can see the kind of lavender effect that's in it. It's such a nice colour in real life. And just before we start, it is Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. We are a main Honda and Hyundai. We also do Mercedes as well. If there's information you want on this particular car, Brian's my name. Please do not hesitate to give me a call. 086 843 1945. Call, text, WhatsApp. I'll give you information on the car. If you want information on trade-in, if you want information on finance, if you want information on anything pretty much, call, text, WhatsApp. I'll be happy to talk to you. So what we're going to do in the video is we're going to have a look around the car on the outside, we're going to have a look at the features of the car, we're going to have a drive in the car, and then we're also going to have a look at the features on the inside. So starting off on the front of the car, the things that really stand out to me onto the front of this car is, if you look, it's got a really nice chrome setup on the front. Chrome around the grille, there's chrome around the front fog lights down here, and then after that, see the way the daytime running lights wrap all the way around the headlamps, and they end up mimicking the shape of the grille overall. And what's also nice is then you have a brushed aluminium section on the bottom of the bumper. These features go really nicely with those wheels. They are a 17-inch diamond cut wheel. So as you can see, there's a nice black insert which hides all the brake dust, but it has a lovely polished effect on the silver pieces. So I think the silver really matches the chrome that's on the front of the car with the brushed aluminium. Moving down the side of the car, then we have nice things like tinted rear glass. Again, chrome around the windows to match what's on the front of the car. And these 2017 models also get brushed aluminium roof rails, which look very nice, and they're also usable if you have roof bars to go on top. That's a nice feature in 2017, because I remember in 2016 you had to buy those rails as extra. Some people use them cosmetically, some people practically use them. They're over €500 at the time. So continuing around to the rear of the car, the theme of chrome on the boot lid continues as you see, and then there's a nice brushed aluminium section just along the bottom of the rear bumper as well, which complements what we saw on the front. Parking sensors are standard on the rear of these cars, but they're also standard on the front, and we'll see in a while there's also a rear camera. I really have to say, this car is so cool looking in that colour. Either way, sun or no sun, I think it's a really, really nice looking vehicle in this finish. Again, because it's a little bit rare, and it's nice to have something that's a bit different. Anyway, the engine on these cars is 1.6, 120 horsepower, 300 newton meters of torque, 1.6 diesel engine. The engine's reliable, they run off a timing chain, they're extremely fuel efficient to the point where I'm confidently saying 50-55 miles per gallon all day long, or 5 litres per 100 kilometres, road tax for the year €200. When these cars came out, they used to be 2.2 and then they became a 1.6, and some people were concerned about the power in the 1.6. Let me assure you, anyone who comes to drive these cars, they're always happy power-wise. But let's go for driving the car and see how it behaves. So the first thing is, gear stick is in a lovely place, you'll see that in a minute anyway. Brake reach, up, down, in, out, so you can get a nice driving position overall, and where that gear stick is absolutely lovely. Over through here then, you can kind of rest your hand on the gear stick, and all your controls for navigation and all that kind of stuff are up through there. And then we've got a reverse camera, and I'll show you there's a bit more to that reverse camera because of the dynamic safety pack. So let's go for a spin in the car. So like what we're saying, some people used to be concerned about the 1.6 engine when it came out first. Not at all. 300 newton meters of torque. There's a load of power in this engine. The driving position is nice and high, but then again we're in an SUV, so you'd expect that. But what's nice about these is they hold the road nicely. You don't feel the pitches and rolls that you'd expect in a big SUV. In terms of power, we are currently doing 0 kilometers an hour, so we're just going to see how it behaves. I'm not going to be hard on the car. First gear into second. I'm being easy in the car. I'm not going past the red line into third. And we're going to hit about 100 kilometers an hour at this corner here. 100 kilometers an hour. While we're on the road, we'll see there is a dynamic safety pack, so along here it's telling me the exact speed sign or speed zone that we're in, and also if I cross the road it's telling me that I've drifted out my lane, but there is more on the safety pack. I'll show you in a minute. And like what we were saying already, these cars don't behave like a big Jeep. So you'll see this back road here. First, there's really good power in this engine. Anyway, come try it yourself and you'll see. Sun's not great this evening, but when we're on the road like this, on a back road, I don't feel at all not confident. We're doing 100 kilometers an hour into these turns. Car is lovely. So as you can see, they drive good, and to be fair, I think you can tell I like these cars. I like the way they look, I like the way they drive. Would I really be as enthusiastic about this car if I didn't actually believe it? Damn good car, great value for money. This car is €37,000 brand new, less than 2 years ago. So I think at this price point, they're great value for money right now. And when we supply a car like this, we are going to give you 12 months warranty. Condition is very nice in the car, and as you see when we get into the car, it also has a fully stamped service history. And now that the sun's starting to fade or come in a bit, you can actually see the natural blue colour that the car is usually. But it's nice to have something then when the sun shines and it just has that kind of popping effect with the lavender sort of colour through it. And to be fair, I think it's worth mentioning actually this car drives lovely. As I drove up the road there, brakes, steering, engine response, noise in the cabin, all that kind of stuff. It feels like a really nice, well looked after vehicle. Anyway, the boot is massive. There is a tonneau cover that goes over that, and underneath then there is a spare wheel. There is the original UK registration if anyone's to do a check on it, but as we were saying, we will be registering the car Irish to the county of your origin. The other cool thing is if we pull those two levers there, the back seats then drop down completely, and we end up with a load area similar to a car style van. So there is the odd time, believe me, you got to buy a mattress, you got to do something awkward. This is going to come in handy rather than borrowing someone's van. Finished then, as we were saying, there's a tonneau cover in through there, so it keeps decent privacy for your stuff that's in the rear. Privacy windows along the back also do that function as well anyway. So in terms of access to the rear of the car, look at the right angle on those doors. It makes getting in and out or around child seats so much easier than a normal car. Door card's in nice condition. We have a child lock over here, we have electric window in through here, and the windows are child lockable as well. In terms of seating in the rear, there is 3 head restraints, there is 3 3-point safety belts, there is an armrest in the centre. It is worth pointing out, Isofix over here, Isofix over there. Right, here's the crack. You can get 3 child seats, very uncomfortably and very difficultly, but you can get 3 across the back, but I wouldn't recommend it as something where you're going to be moving seats or anything like that. We have some people that have had 2 Isofix, put a booster in the middle, so technically yeah, they got 3 across the back. It is doable, but there is better cars out there for it. As an adult, however, it is happy days back here because there is loads of headroom, there is loads of legroom, and then when you're sitting in the car, this is the type of visibility and view that you're going to see around you when you're sitting in the back of the vehicle. So moving into the front of the car, things like electrics for windows and mirrors are standard through here, and it's probably worth mentioning at this point that the car has some auto functions from the key. So things like follow me home lights are activated from the key, and then after that we can also control the windows, or similarly we can lock the windows, and if you watch the wing mirror it also retracts too. So getting in behind the wheel of this particular vehicle, what do we see? We see clocks down through here. Over here then the electrics for windows and mirrors, cruise control on the steering wheel, controls over here for radio, and the iMid function over here, which is things like average speed, fuel efficiency, current speed zone, all that kind of information in through here. In through the centre then, there's another trip computer, again giving average speed, fuel efficiency, all that kind of information in through there. It's worth mentioning that, as you see there, it's reading 43 or so miles per gallon at the moment. I didn't bother resetting it. That is because the car was in our valeting bay, and when it's in the valeting bay, it is getting really bad miles per gallon because it's running when it's drying out seats and things like that, but it's not going anywhere, so technically that average is getting really bad. I am 100% confident anyone that's looking at a car like this, 50 plus miles per gallon all day long, no problem. Moving down from the steering wheel, over here we've got the eco function, which reduces throttle sensitivity and how much air conditioning we're using in favour of fuel efficiency. Lane change warning, which we saw when we were driving, which warns if we drift out of lane. Parking sensors front and rear. On this side of the steering wheel then, Bluetooth is in through there, and over in through the centre then we have 2 USB points, HDMI if you want to play video, and a power outlet in through there, and there's a drinks holder and even another power outlet over here. As we saw already then, the gear stick is in a lovely place, 6 forward gears. And heating control is a dual zone climate setup, which means passenger and driver have independent heating. So as we said already, there's a couple of cool features on the dynamic safety pack. One of them is this one here, which is a blind spot indicator. So if someone is on your blind spot, every time someone drives past you, you'll see that lighting up. You always see them Volvos and things like that on the road, but they're in your blind spot, you can't see them in the mirror, it's lighting up there to tell you got to change lane, it keeps flashing then and pulsating to tell you you've got a problem. Other things we saw, which is unique to this car, because this is not a common feature on this spec of car, so that dynamic safety pack, which is telling you dynamic safety pack is telling you that you got your current speed zone, basically that you're in, changing out of lane by accident. This along here, which is your blind spot indicator, and one more thing on the reverse camera. So because we're in the middle spec CRV, we have this along here, which is giving us a reverse camera with different kind of modes on it and also dynamic guidelines. But what's also cool is this one in here. This is cross monitor. So if I'm reversing it through here and I didn't have this dynamic safety pack, yeah, I can see what's coming up left and right in that wide mode. However, if I switch this on here, see the way it's actually warning me on both screens that something is coming which is slightly outside the screen. Basically, something's coming down the road, can't quite see it on the screen, it's giving you a warning just before they actually come along. It's quite cool. Dead handy if you're reversing around a corner or something like that. And one other cool feature on these is electrochromatic rear mirror, which means it darkens itself if someone drives up behind you. And then in through here, you also have a conversation mirror. So this one sees cars behind you, this one sees people behind you. So there you have it. That is that's our 2017. This is a twilight blue, very cool color in real life. Honda CRV. This is an SE Plus model, and it's got that dynamic safety pack as well. If there's any information you want on this particular car,
Ryan's my name. Please do not hesitate to give me a shout if there's anything I can do in terms of information on this particular car, trade-ins, finance, anything like that. Call, text, WhatsApp 086 843 1945. If you want a big SUV with lots of space, it's easy to run and it looks nice and it's something a bit different instead of like a Qashqai or a Tucson or whatever it is. These are damn good cars and they're a great value at the moment. As I was saying, you look at the price of this car at the moment, it was 37 grand not that long ago when it was brand new. So anyway, hopefully this car is of interest. Thanks for taking time to watch.